Don't try to run, don't try to hide. You steal your car without thinking twice. Stop the party, hide your shit. Feliz in the house tonight. Whoa!
What's Up Food Podcast? Welcome to the What's Up Food Podcast. It's a day before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, probably the biggest day to party in the United States of America if you're a party animal. And if you're a comedian, Wednesday night is probably a great night to have a great show somewhere and pick up on a chick and then tell her, I'll see you after Thanksgiving, and then never see her again. Thanksgiving, I don't know, man. The day before Thanksgiving, el día antes de Thanksgiving, it's always busy. I've done a lot of comedy shows, not big comedy shows, but I've done like when I was an open micer, when we had a room in Montebello, Wednesday night, it seemed like it's like a Friday night. Everybody parties, man. Like a lot of things, a lot of Friendsgivings. A lot of people show up to have Thanksgiving with all their friends and get all loaded. And then the next day, you go party with your family and you have a good Thanksgiving. And then you see that crazy cousin from Guanajuato you haven't seen in a long ass time. And that fool has the big ass blunt. He tells you, Felipe, tengo un churro. Llegale, no? So him and I disappear. And we come back laughing. And we start looking at our tia, our aunt, who always sits on top of the ice chest and tries to control all the beverages from everybody, mainly the kids. Talking about, ya te tomaste 7 sodas.
Ya cálmate.
What's up? We have Rodrigo Torres over here.
Man. What's cracking? How we living?
Co-host of the year. We have another co-host, Martin Rizzo. Runner-up, people. Lisa Esparza's here. Philip Jason is here in the back. He's back. He got run over by a car and broke his shoulder, his arm, and man, he couldn't even sue anybody. The car took off.
Hit and run.
That's
Hit and run.
If you saw a hit and run in Silver Lake, what time was
Silver
it?
Lake.
Midnight.
Anything's
Hitting a
possible.
guy on a scooter.
No traffic cameras or nothing like that? Damn, dude.
No Karen outside walking around, nothing.
Where's the
And-
Karen when you need her?
We have our guest, super comedian, Carlos Vallarta, who has a special coming out November 18, people. Or
It came out.
it came out November 18.
Came out November 18th.
And people go watch it right
2
now.
days ago.
It's hilarious. Every time I do a show, I always mention his name if I can remember it. So sometimes they ask me, who's your favorite comedian? Why do you do Spanish comedy? And I said, Carlos Vallarta, man, because I saw his special and I had to see it 2 times to understand the dialect. And it was funny. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a special too in Spanish with my dialect for the hood, for la raza here, for people who speak Spanish over here. What's up, fool? ¿Cómo estás, Carlos? You got Darth
What's
Vader
up,
over
guys?
there.
How you guys doing?
What up, bro?
Chilling.
Yeah, I was also chilling. I was kind of like caught up in a little conflict right before I, clicked on the link, because I was like thinking, is it better to eat a peach, because I just bought a couple of fruits, and
A couple of
or
fruits.
should I eat another fruit that I don't know how to say in English? Maybe you guys can help me with it. And I don't know if you guys have it over there. Over here we call it tuna. It grows
Cactus
in
apple.
los nopales.
Cactus
Atún.
pear, yeah.
Dragon
pear
fruits.
cactus is what they call it. Or cactus pear, yeah.
Cactus pear.
Yeah, you guys got that?
What'd you call it?
Cactus
apple?
apples. Yeah, we have them at. I grew up with those. My mom's
Yeah.
house.
call
We
it
have
cactus
those
pear.
atún.
Atún, right?
My
Atún is tuna.
Tuna, yeah.
my grandfather
Atún is
and
tuna, huh?
uncle would walk around the hood and they'll see a nopal and just cut it with a knife without asking.
Yeah.
Man, those
Yeah.
little stickers off of those cactus pears, they stick on you forever because they're like little hairs. They're so
Yeah.
soft, but they stick. You realize how painful they are.
They're like Wakanda, huh?
Yeah. So I ended up having one of those, and I cut it into little pieces, and I ate it with tajin. That shit is delicious, man.
Oh, man.
It's the best
Yes.
fiber in the world, bro.
Damn, that sounds
Yeah.
good right now.
I have a theory about tahini. Do you think it was created because so people could hide when fruit had gone bad?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the purpose
you
of
think
it.
that was at
remember-
the beginning?
Maybe it's a
'Cause it's like
preservative. It's all
lemon
preservative,
and
right?
lemon and tahini. It's like kind of
why-
preserving
that's
it
why
or.
salt
Yeah.
was there to make meat taste good.
Well, my grandmother she's from the South, and she would use
Preservation.
salt on watermelon to make it sweet. She said it made the sweetness come out. She always used salt on that.
That's the only time I eat fruit. It was like with tahini, I swear, dude.
Him too.
Yeah.
I didn't know they
What's
did
delicious.
salt in
up,
Mexico.
full podcast? I saw Carlos Vallarta do an interview with Neil Brennan.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that
that's
was-
fucking
oh, yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
bro.
And
I saw it.
then Neil Brennan, being a white motherfucker that he is, right? He kept commenting how great his English is. Like, it's funny when white people ask, like, we said the same thing. You speak great English, but we're Mexican, right? But when he said
Yeah.
it sounds like we thought you were a robot.
There was no poverty in your
Yeah, I want to know the history of that because see, you guys had the podcast. I wasn't
He
on
learned
that.
by watching Blood In, Blood Out.
No, wait, did it?
watching Friends.
washing bloody
What
blood
was
out.
it? What was
totally.
it, Carlos? Because when I watched it, it's funny you said that about white people, but it is surprising though. It's not just that he's so good at English; it's that his dialect sounds like he's from Colorado or something. Like he doesn't even sound like he has an accent at all.
Johnny Redcorn,
Yeah.
son.
So
San
how
Diego
did
in the house.
how
Yes.
how did that come about? How'd you get that American accent when you speak English?
I don't know, man. I remember that I used to watch a lot of movies and cartoons in English, and I would. There was this one video game that I used to play a lot, where the main character he would pronounce everything the way I pronounce it right now. It's not the same, but like we don't have the same voice pitch or anything. But I remember I used to like his accent a lot. It's Metal Gear Solid. You know, the main character Snake, Solid Snake.
Culebra.
It's, yeah, that guy's voiced by an actor called David Hayter. So every time I had a doubt in my mind, and up to this day I do this, like, how would I pronounce this? And I think, like, how would David Hayter pronounce
What would
this
Jesus
word? And I try to imitate it in my head, and then that's kind of like what I do. So I'm just acting all the time. Every time I'm speaking English, I'm just acting. That's all I'm doing.
Because that's what when you learn a second language, you're taking on an impression of the voice that you're hearing, right? Or your instructor.
Yeah.
So that's
Usually,
pretty
yeah.
much what's
Yeah, I
going
would
on,
say
right?
that happens. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Me, I remember
Yeah.
watching a gorilla speak English, eh?
Gorilla speaking. But you guys never
Coco,
asked
no?
it, not once. The people in the chat were asking, but you never asked it when you guys had him on last time. And I was watching from home and monitoring the chat, and you guys didn't ask. And that was my first question. Like, how does this guy sound like this?
But also in Mexico City, there's a lot of people a lot of people speak English out there, right?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of like white Mexicans that just love, they just love going around speaking English whenever it's not necessary. But
Yeah.
yeah, well, you get a lot of
Rosetta Stone that,
around
huh?
More Chehin, por favor.
Yeah, they would do something like that. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that speak English around here. I actually live around a place that's called Pinche Gringo Barbecue, which is actually it's great. Like, I've been to the US, not to the best barbecue spots or anything, but this one over here, it's pretty fucking good. And other Americans that have come and tried it, they're like, yeah, it's fucking great. It's not bad. It's a good barbecue. And they used to do shows in English over there for mostly Mexican audience, made up of white Mexicans coming over to listen to other Mexican comedians speaking English when they could listen to their acts in Spanish.
Yeah.
Do you find that Mexicans who are white over there in Mexico, do those people try to prove their I guess Mexicanness a little more? Do they? Because
They want more
here
indigenous words than other people.
here they do. They throw it in, to conversation. There's a lot more like "sabe qué" or whatever. When they're speaking
Yeah.
English, they'll
Right,
just throw it
carnal.
in to kind of remind everybody around them that they are Latino too. But do you have that over there, where they try a little harder?
Yeah.
Or no.
They try a little hard, and we actually got Mexico coined a term for these white Mexicans. We call them whitexicans, and what they do is they are extremely proud of their indigenous roots, and they go out into the most like the poorest areas of the country, and they take pictures with brown people that are extremely poor, and they're like,
Oh my God.
check out, like, I'm so proud of my roots. And that's when we're like, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing, right? Like, this is bad, man. This is not looking good
Funny.
in any way.
Those guys show show up from a trip like that to America, and they get invited to a wedding, and they dress up like one of those peasants they met. Like they're wearing huarachis.
Yeah, they wear the
Yeah.
huarachis or like the little. The
And they always have a
striped
little
blanket.
poem to read after during a wedding, or they learn how to play a flute.
They're gonna start doing sacrifices.
And they always get into arts and stuff, and they're all proud about their Latinoism, but they only want the white chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
You think I got these dreadlocks because I want to look like this?
You have a show tonight? Are you at the theater?
No, I was gonna have a show tonight, but it ended up getting canceled.
Oh, it did.
So yeah, I'm home, unfortunately.
How big are
Yeah.
those theaters you're doing over there in Mexico? Like, what's the range of numbers of people? Over
Yeah. Well, I was just in Tijuana. That was like at the end of
Freeway?
October, and it's a place that's got like a capacity for like 800 people. We got like 750, something like that. And there's this like the previous weekend we were here in Mexico City, and there was the theater was for like 1,400 people, and
Oh, wow.
we had it sold out. That was pretty. It was
good
pretty
for
nice.
you.
It was a really fun show, actually.
Did you notice your numbers changing for your live shows after you did your first Netflix special?
Yeah, they did. I mean, it's still the same. It's kind of like fluctuating a little bit between big crowds and small crowds, medium crowds. Like sometimes I have, I'm at a theater with 300, 400. Sometimes I'm at a theater that's got like a capacity for 900, and I just had 320, 350. But I mean, I don't really care much about how many people is there. Like if I can go and do a show, I'll do it. Like
cool.
we just canceled this one show that had, I don't remember how many tickets it was, but there had been a lot of violence lately, with cartels and shit. And like we just decided not to go, but I was gonna go and do the show for whatever amount of people it was. It doesn't really matter how many people show up. It's just about going and doing comedy during this hard time, which is the pandemic. But if there's violence over there, and I don't want to risk my team, and I don't want to risk myself, and I don't want to risk people coming out just to
Yeah.
see some stupid ass show, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm gonna think about it twice.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to prepare a bit? Like when do you feel that, like when you write a joke, like it's brand new, like everybody here, okay, we all been there, we get super excited, and we get like, it's funny to us, but then you do it on stage, it doesn't get the same feeling as
Yeah.
when you wrote it in front of people. Me personally, when I have a good one and it already makes me laugh, I don't tell anybody anymore, because then it kills it for me. Because then I feel like, oh, this joke sucks. But how long does it take you? When do you know, Carlos, when it's time, when the bit is good and this joke is
Yeah.
gonna work everywhere, and it's like, and you feel like, yeah, it feels good.
I don't know, man. Like maybe it might take like I don't know. Like I come up with something funny or write it down, and whenever I can, do it on stage, I try to do it as many times as I can if I don't find it that funny, because I think like interacting with the audience or whatever is going on around, it might make it a little bit funnier, like spice it up a little bit. But whenever I have like a good bit, like I know that it's good because it made me laugh a lot, and I would usually tell my wife, like, hey, you notice this or that about our kids? Like my kid we were having breakfast the other day, and like he's got the worst timing, to realize stuff about life, because we were eating and it was late for us, and he was just eating, and he stopped eating just to tell me, like, so tomorrow is the day after today, and yesterday is 2 days before tomorrow. And I was like, shut the fuck up, stop philosophizing and eat your fucking food, man. We gotta bounce. This is not the time. So I told his mom that, and she was laughing, and I'm like, all right, this might work on stage, but I'm not really sure. Maybe this is just like an inside joke between me and her. So I'm gonna try it. I haven't gone to an open mic yet to try that joke, so maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any clubs like comedy clubs that do weekends and stuff, or is it all small theaters and bigger theaters? What's the setup like down there? Because you guys are having,
kinda
you're still in the middle of your comedy boom down there, right? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of tough right now because of the pandemic. I think like by now the number of comedy clubs in the country would have gone up, but you know the whole thing happened.
Nobody's
and
opening new
a lot of
businesses and
business
stuff.
closed. Yeah, so we have one big comedy club here, W139, and there's this one other comedy club that's actually downstairs where there's an open mic every Tuesdays at Woco. That's like the most popular one.
it's cool. You should spend like a few months in Mexico City. That'd be fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
over
man,
here,
you should.
over here, like I noticed that more people are coming out to my shows that haven't been out
Yeah.
in a long ass time.
They're
Like
so excited to be
like,
out. Oh my god.
there's people that seen my special on Netflix like 4 times, 7 times, but they never
Yeah.
see me live, and they took this opportunity to go out, and they said that we weren't even going out before the pandemic, so we were locked
Yeah.
in. So I get that, and it feels like
and
they're
then
happy.
they buy all the drinks,
buy
all the
everything.
food, they buy all the shirts. Like they really want to absorb.
To them, it's like
everything.
an event. Like
Yeah.
they go all the way out, man. They buy the T-shirts, they drink, they eat. Some of them get kicked out of the show halfway
Yeah.
through, but they're happy.
Yeah, that's a memory. It's gonna be with them forever.
Yeah.
The memory of getting
That's
kicked
true, man.
out. That's funny. You had 2 people get kicked out this week.
I had a woman get kicked out. She was outside crying with her merch.
Yeah,
she wasn't really a heckler. She was just a wooer. So one of
She had
those
to add to the
women.
show, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was
the
like-
worst.
You said
heckles.
she was standing up at her
Super fan
table, like,
heckler, you know, like Carlos. Yes, tú
yes,
sabes.
I've been there.
Yes.
I've been there, brother.
You también, yo
sucks.
sé. Igualmente, igual.
But she thought it was like a, like
Mismo.
She was getting up and trying to high five people after a joke, but nobody was high fiving her.
like it was a soccer game, you know? It was like that.
Oh, she was mad. She got kicked out.
And she was outside, like, I came here early. I was just supporting Felipe. This is what I get for being a fan. I'm like,
This is what I get for being a
yeah, I, was like, I felt bad, dude. It was
so
like,
dramatic.
There was a guy that got kicked out, and he's on video, like talking shit to the black security guard, and he emailed me the same night.
Oh, he did.
And we got fucking kicked out. That was fucked up. That fucking black
He
dude.
said, I'm fucking pissed.
This is I'm fucking pissed. This is ridiculous. And he had like following nobody. He has no picture, nothing.
he was throwing up gang signs.
He was
Yeah.
throwing up gang signs.
See, Martin witnessed that one. You have that one on video.
I can record everything.
Yeah.
So I have footage of like I'm gonna do a whole, like
A montage.
a montage of people just getting kicked out of your shows.
You
You know?
should. That would be a good. That'd be
Yeah.
a funny one.
Oh, yeah.
You should save that up for like after like Christmas, like the
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah,
time.
yeah, holidays.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Do people get kicked out of your shows for heckling?
There was this shit. Yeah, I remember there was this one dude at a comedy club. This is very small. It's more like a bar, not really comedy club. In Culiacán, güey, allá en Sinaloa. It was late at night, and this dude was heckling. Was an old person, and I would just tell him and challenge him to shit, and people would laugh, but he wouldn't shut the fuck up. And he did it a couple of times, and until I was just like, can somebody just break a bottle in his fucking face or get him the fuck out of here?
Pretty
Because I'm not
specific.
going on with the show.
Caguama bottle.
But,
That's what
una
give you that,
caguama
güey.
ahí.
Date el güey.
But after the show, I was like, you did that to a guy wearing a hat in Culiacan. That was probably the wisest choice in your career, because he could have had something in his belt or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, at this point, I'd much rather have a fucking bullet in my head than to keep listening to this asshole.
I would rather
That
have
was
a
just like
bullet.
Belt.
Damn.
just the fucking decision I had to take. And they did take him out. Fortunately, he didn't do anything.
I remember that one time that Dan Cook was on stage at the Laugh Factory, and the guy was like talking during the whole show to his friend, and then Dan Cook said, "Hey, shut the fuck up." That was his first statement to him, and as a comment, I think he just let the emotion get in charge of him, and he could have been cooler about it and said something funny or whatever, but he was angry. He just said, "Shut the fuck up." That was the first interaction with that guy. That guy went up like this and raised his shirt up and flashed his piece, his gun, in his waistband.
Shit.
And he said, "What you say?" And he showed his stomach, and he was a Latino guy in a Pendleton and all that stuff.
Órale.
And
He was looking for Willie.
anyway, they kicked the guy out, And then Dane had to get a security escort to his car across the street after the show because they were afraid. But then I was thinking, what is Brother Woods going to do? He doesn't have a gun.
Take a bullet for the
He's
Dane
going to
train.
take a bullet for Dane Cook.
Thought people from
For the
Boston were
parking lot?
tough.
That's crazy.
Apparently not.
That job doesn't pay enough. You know Jamie isn't paying him enough to do that.
Damn.
Name
Hey,
your child.
you
Oh,
pull a
it's
gun
crazy.
out.
But yeah, well, he didn't pull it out. He showed the handle
Brandished
in his waistband. Everybody in the audience went,
I would
They
have said,
just
wow,
shut up.
I would have said, wow, we have a prop comic here, eh?
Wait, and then
I didn't know you were
See, that
next,
was-
fucking Carrot Top.
see, I think even he would have laughed at that one. That's funny.
and they kicked him out, or did they just let him
Oh,
stay
they
there?
kicked him out. Brother Woods dragged him out. And then he was like standing out there waiting in the front and the side. I don't know how they eventually got out. I think they went through Greenblatt somehow
Yeah.
and snuck out the back.
There was a
He
guy that-
waited a while after the
I
show.
saw a guy, I thought Cholo get kicked out too. And when he was getting kicked out, they still want him to, they were still trying to make him pay for the bill.
Oh no!
And he goes, so you haven't paid the bill? And he got more mad. He looked at the waitress. You think I'm fucking scared? You think I'm trying to skip out on the bill, bitch? You don't see they're kicking me out, bitch?
And then he had that big wad,
And
right?
he lifts up his jacket too, but he did not have a gun. This guy had 60 racks probably.
on his belt.
He had like I don't know how much money this is, but I seen it in a Narcos. It's a lot of money.
I
Like
seen it.
neatly packed, like
Unless it's ones,
like,
you know.
like,
Yeah,
like he
totally.
just robbed the bank and it was still in the plastic. Like he
Hilarious.
took out a wad, man, and like just took out whatever it was without looking and gave it to her. And he was telling Brother Woods, "Fuck you, you N-word, you N-word." And Brother Wood is black, and he was trying to still be calm. He tried to give the guy a hug. He goes, "Come on, young man, my mother's half Latina."
Brother was security at Laugh Factory for, I don't know, 15 years or something like that.
Fuck you, N-word. He was saying everything, man. Mono,
My mother's actually half
everything, bro.
Latina.
Come on, young man. My mother's half Latina.
Yeah.
My mother said Latina.
I miss him. My mother what happened to
Call me
him.
Brother Palo.
He's taking care of his mother now.
But I like how that guy with the gun. His thought process was like, they're gonna leave me alone, like
Yeah.
because they have a gun. Like, no, they're gonna kick you out.
Yeah,
dude.
you gotta leave now. Now you showed everybody why you have to leave.
Kill somebody in front of a bunch of witnesses.
I hate when you're dealing with a heckler, and then their friends like who are not talking try to back them up and say, "She's funny too.
Oh no!
You should let her open.
She's funny too." And then like for me, that always gets to me because bitch, you're sitting down though. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's funny too, but she
But she paid to get in.
Somebody told me this the other night. I said, yeah, she's funny, but she used her mouth for real estate,
Ooh, what?
to sell houses,
Her gift of gab
Oh,
isn't
she
for comedy.
used her
It's
gifts.
for
Okay, oh, I
She
see.
used her gift for her houses, She's over there
Yeah.
being funny, trying to sell a shitty apartment.
Yeah. For real estate. That's
they're
what comedy's
selling
for, right?
timeshares with that
Real
vocabulary.
estate.
What did you
outta
do for a living before you became a comic? Is this all you do now? You're a full-fledged comic. You don't have any side job or anything, right?
Yeah.
You're successful
no.
enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do voice acting. I was a voice actor here in Mexico, for the movies and all that shit. Yeah, that's what I did. And
You did the Spanish
that was like my main
version,
income.
like
yeah,
Spanish versions, like cartoons or what,
Or the
or like
movies.
dubbing.
Video games too, right?
yeah, cartoons, video. I'm still doing that. Like sometimes, just not that often, but I used to do that. Cartoons, movies, everything.
Rodrigo
Just,
did adult voices for gay adult films. And he would go in there for an hour and then just go, oh!
Yeah,
He does awesome
Hello.
voices, and he'll give him $200.
He was the star of the film.
But he's not gay though.
No, they weren't even recording when they gave him those
in the
$200.
movie. He's not even in the movie.
The
they
pegger.
just need him to do the sounds because the
Th-
porn
that
actor was
does
horrible.
happen, though. It does happen.
It's like Blowout,
That
the
does
movie.
happen,
They're trying to
though.
record the
Those
perfect
gigs
screen.
are available.
Yeah.
Really? Where?
I wanna do one.
Everywhere, bro.
Hey, what about for yeah?
Nobody
we
does
got
comedy anymore?
Hey, call drama log.
we got to think about it. There's mute porn stars. They need a.
It's mute porn star.
You
Took
know,
it to the next level with that one.
Damn.
you know?
You're watching deaf porn?
You left me
definitely.
speechless.
It's what he's sung to. Is
That's
death
funny because
porn.
I
They
saw
add voices.
that a guy, I follow a guy on TikTok, and he does sound for movies too, but he does like if somebody puts his cup down, he makes the noise.
That's Foley artist.
Foley artist.
Yeah.
Foley?
Foley.
That's what a Foley is? Damn.
Foley. Well, there's two Foley things. There's a Foley sound guy. There's a Foley catheter. And two very different industries. But yeah, Foley sound is like creating the
Foley sound.
fake sound, like if horse hooves, like clopping on the ground.
That's
They
ASMR
do
now.
that, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Hoofs.
To fake all those
The
sounds.
paw.
Or like punching raw chicken, like to fake the punches.
The sex
you know?
sounds.
I love that stuff.
How long did you prepare yourself for the whole special? Like, first of all, where did you film it at?
We did it at a place here in Mexico City that's called Centro Cultural Helénico. And within that place, there is this small chapel that was actually used as a chapel before they bought the thing, the land. And then they kept like the whole architecture, but it's not used as a chapel anymore. So it's used as, they do like plays there. And it was actually the idea of Fidel, like the main, like the guy for that guy. He was like, maybe we should do it at a church or something. And like they did that, and that's where we did it. La Capilla se llama. That's the name of it in Spanish. It's a nice place.
It looks
It's
cool and
very
gothic.
Yeah.
interesting.
People in the chat room are asking if they pay you in dollars or pesos.
Bitcoin,
Nah,
right?
they pay in pesos, man. that's
But it's tens of thousands
uh,
of dollars, 100,000 pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
that's not
I like
much.
that. I like the whole vibe, the way you're dressed, all in black, all goth and shit. It looks good,
And
man.
it's shot dark. It's
shot
like
dark.
kind of, it looks
Thanks.
dark in general. Did you want to do that? Did you have a certain look you wanted for this?
Yeah, like the whole show, the actual name of it was God is Dead, but they didn't go for that. So we were like kind of like pretending that it was actually God's funeral. So I was gonna be wearing whole black for his funeral and stuff. They just let us keep that, not the name,
Yeah.
but it was the idea, like the general idea. We actually wrote a very it was an intro that we were very thrilled to do it, because it actually involved talking to Stephen Wright and convincing him to either come down to Mexico City, or I would go over to Boston or whatever he lives right now. And it was like a whole day of God's funeral, and he was actually God, and I was just like a regular person asking dumb questions for him to answer, like the closest thing to one-liners we could have. And we were like very thrilled to write that shit. And then they were like, nah, we're not going to do that. You're just going to walk into stage and fuck you. That's what you're going to do. And that's what I ended up doing.
So
But
you didn't
it
use
was-
any of the
it
Stephen
sounded-
Wright footage?
Come again?
You didn't use any of the Stephen Wright stuff?
We didn't do any of that. We just
Oh.
wrote it, and we were like, yeah, this is going to be great. And at the end, he was just lying down in the coffin, and I would just talk to him like a last question he would answer, and I would just close the coffin, and that was like the end of it. But they didn't go for it.
Oh.
Like, it was like, nah, man, they wouldn't tell you that before. Like when I did my first two specials, these guys were like, yeah, man,
They're
just do whatever the fuck you want.
pretty open. I felt them getting a little restrictive during your special a little bit. They made some comments, and I said no to some and yes to some others. There was some compromise. But yeah, I think they've...
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah. How was Stephen Wright? Was he approachable? Was he pretty agreeable to these things, or what?
And as far as I know, like the director, his manager. He's got a manager for himself in the U.S. I don't remember what his name is. I think it's Matt or something. And he knows Stephen Wright's manager, and they told him like, "Hey man, you think you could like set up a line of communication with him?" And they told me, "Yeah, I'll do it." And he told his manager, and his manager told him like, "Can you have Carlos write like a letter of intention of what he plans to do with this and what he's going to use it for?" And I did, and they sent it to him, and that's when they told us like, "Nah, you're not going to do that.
That sucks.
You're just gonna." Yeah, it would have been
Damn.
great.
Why did you choose Stephen? That's actually one of Felipe's first favorite comedians.
Yeah, that was my first favorite comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we talked about that. Like,
Yeah.
he's a fucking legend, man. I love what he does. He's great. I was gonna go see him live at San Diego, but the pandemic hit and I couldn't make it. But I was very thrilled to do that.
That's funny. I wonder if he appeals to Latinos.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know it.
Rodrigo, give us
He's
some
got this
Stephen
whole
Wright, bro.
market he doesn't
I
realize.
can't do that fool's voice. Do it, dude. That's your favorite comic.
Turn on the
I
light
once ordered
switch the other
breakfast.
day.
Well, I once ordered breakfast during the Renaissance.
I turned on the light switch. I kept turning it on, and
I put
I got a call from China. And he said, "Stop turning on the light." Right? What was the
I put
joke?
spot remover on my dog. Haven't seen him since.
That's a cadence right there.
Yeah.
I love Stephen Wright.
I put a skylight in my house. The people who live upstairs are very pissed.
I just can remember his face right now.
I'm Stephen Wright.
There you go.
Like that. That's
Good dog.
Sounds like
Yeah,
those
that doesn't
pornos you're
work.
overdubbing, Doug.
You did voiceover too, huh?
I do what, yeah.
We're a team, bro.
For A
You
Street
do voice
Latinas.
acting?
Yeah, I've done some stuff, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's great,
Some,
man.
yeah, some gay stuff, some boy stuff.
Damn, you're coming clean, huh?
I knew it, man. But Christopher was right.
No, I've done some voiceover stuff.
Oh, damn.
Some gay stuff. I have a girlfriend. No, that doesn't mean
You're in LA. It doesn't mean nothing, bro.
I've handed out towels. What's up, Boom Podcast? Oh, don't forget, people. November 27th. That's the week of Thanksgiving, the Saturday. I'm gonna be at the Palace of Fine Arts, which is this freaking Saturday. I'll see you there. Also, man, Paramount Theater, December 10. I'm coming back to Denver, Colorado. I'm bringing my jacket. It's gonna be cold. Hopefully, I'll be there on December 9. And if I bring my girlfriend or my wife, I'm gonna let everybody know.
Who's
right?
your girlfriend?
I'm
I'd
not gonna
like to
hide her.
know.
You are. I'm not gonna hide her from everybody like Johnny Rogan did. Yeah. She's gonna be represented.
Wasn't that the weirdest
That's the
thing when she
weirdest
just
thing.
showed up at
It's
the
his prize jewel,
airport?
guys.
the
Didn't they
next
have her in
day?
like a briefcase or something?
I don't know. He must have because he showed up with nobody and he left with somebody who lived in LA.
One of our
That
friends, he
was
did a show
weird.
with us, and he brought his girlfriend. But the whole time, Carlos, he didn't even tell us she was there. Like we saw her
He
at
sent
the
her in an
airport, like,
Uber
who
back
is
and
this?
forth to
She
yeah.
looked
And then
like
she
the
showed
girl
up to the
from
airport.
Jackie Brown that just got off the bus.
Oh, she was real cute. I don't understand why he was hiding her. It was
prize
so, and it
jewel.
was New Year's Eve. He I don't know
Damn.
what the hell that was about.
That
Everybody-
mentality, girlfriends are for the taking.
She was even hiding at the Ontario Improv.
Everybody
right?
wants my
Only wives are like
But
that.
I was there. He's not gonna take a girlfriend.
Everybody wants my Lucky Charms.
What's up, fool? Don't forget, Laughlin, Nevada, Tropicana Casino, December 11, man. That's going to be an awesome show. Everybody out there who likes to wear beefy shirts will be there. And
The beefy tees.
the beefy tees.
The Hanes.
Everybody
Gildan.
up there, man, who has a white ass chest but brown arms will be there. If you like mac and cheese out of a box, please come to my show.
That's everybody in Laughlin.
Tobin Center, December 17th. Guess what? This has never
What,
happened
fool?
before, bro. They added a second show already
In San Antonio.
in San Antonio, Texas.
That's already 1,800 tickets sold, I think. What's the number on that, James? 1,800
Congratulations, man.
roughly?
That's
Thank
great.
you, man. Also, Ontario Improv, December 30.
Great, man.
We're going to have Jose Bañuelos there, man.
Luis is
Luis.
his name, not Jose.
Okay, Luis Bañuelos. The guy that
Always
takes
calls
10
him Jose.
showers and he still looks like he was dipped in oil.
You can douse them in alcohol, 90 proof. He still
This
comes
guy
out
could
like
put
that.
on a tux. This guy could wear a tuxedo and still look like he just took out your transmission.
He's like the Mexican
Hey,
pigpen.
hey, if he puts on that tuxedo, he'd be looking like Double O Mugre.
No, when he wears a tuxedo, it looks ripped like Fred Flintstone in the, you know when he wears a tuxedo in the movie, John
yeah,
Goodman.
when they go out.
The John Goodman.
I don't know about that movie, but the real
That fool looked
Flintstones
like he had
cartoon.
all his birthdays in a farm. But the other farm was in the city.
But he makes money.
You know what he looks like to me? Randall Tex Cobb in Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh my
I
god.
know it's an old ass reference, but
Luis Bañuelos looks like the wrestler that they put in to wrestle but always loses.
He's the
King
heel.
Kong Bundy.
Yeah, he's like
He's the
Salvatore Bolomo
He's funny,
with
man.
Hector Chavez.
He'll build you a fence too, dude.
And then a paint will chip.
Yeah, but the
Steal,
paint
bro.
chipped, and I have to get my doors redone.
What's a good price?
Yeah.
His
It was a good price.
his
Powder coat,
story
baby.
started
He's
like
gonna
this.
fix it.
we were on the way to work, and then they robbed us, and we didn't go to work.
Or 7 people died in the house at 7 in the morning, dog.
Oh, that's
They didn't have a chance to get coffee, dog.
My friend got beat
dark.
up by 17 people, but he took it like a soldier.
It's true, though. Hey,
You know, Luis Bañuelos is a friend of ours. He's cool, man. He looks like the guy, Eli Wallach from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
Like every time he was telling you I love you or I'm glad to see you, it looks like he's gonna tell you there's a bomb nearby. Like, hey, man,
yeah.
He looks very intense.
it looks like he was at the Capitol riots on the 6th.
Yeah, it looks like
selling hot dogs.
like he tells you, like he'll tell you, don't come to school tomorrow. What does that mean?
They're gonna kill everybody, dog.
Like,
You could
survivors,
mistake him
though.
for a white trash mechanic, dude.
Yeah.
But he is
Like,
hardcore
for parent
Mexican. Like
conference,
Rancho.
he showed
Epitome
up.
of a hardcore Mexican.
Like he was showing for parent conference as his own dad, and they believed him.
He's all bald at 16. Huh?
Hey guys, he listens to this. Does he? I don't know.
This was for
This
you,
is all
bro.
love. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I know,
What's
huh?
up,
We're
fool?
trashing him.
It's
huh?
when they stop
I love
mentioning you
Luis.
that
He's
you
a
ain't
favorite.
shit.
Yeah.
He's
true,
a
yeah.
favorite of all the fans.
Yeah, people want him
There's a
on the
lot of
podcast all the
forgotten
time, yeah.
heroes and
They want him to
foes
be
here.
a regular fixture here on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
You think there's a lot of we see it here in America a lot. Not usually at my shows because in my show they know what they're expecting what they get, but it usually happens when somebody from my show who's seen my show 10 times on Netflix, and they invite people who don't know who I am, and those people are like just looking at the people that invited them to the show like they get the real way, like they just cannot don't get it. It's like we see a blue dress. And that person sees a gold dress.
Yeah.
You know, and it got nothing to do that I'm not funny.
It's the comedy subjective,
it's
though.
bouncing
Yeah.
off them.
But to that people, he's a
Like
super
tell me
fan.
about that woman that walked out, bro, about my merch.
Oh yeah, this was in we were in fucking Napa cuando estuvo lloviendo when they were about to they weren't sure if it was gonna happen or not,
But
but
it was going to rain, yeah.
yeah. So I remember she came out, she's like, "Oh, you guys are so offensive. I can't believe you guys are saying that." I'm like, "Whoa, why did you come out to the show? I just didn't think it was gonna be like that. You
You
guys
like to
shouldn't."
bitch and complain.
She's like, "You guys shouldn't do jokes like that." I'm like, "Well, fucking, we're all adults here, you know, and this isn't TV, so like, you should know what you're walking into when you go to a comedy show." But like, she was all fucking
Uptight.
uptight, yeah.
But dude, there's some guys that come to the show like in Irvine, dude. I had like 3 or 4 fools that are all right right now. I don't have any of the new shirts, but anyhow, the other ones are worn out of that design. So just give me 2X of all of them.
yeah.
Right up, straight up, about 5 shirts.
They're like, I'll grow.
and that
in-
was
I'll
3 or
grow
4
into it.
people, right? And that was just on the day I was helping Lisa.
Yeah.
So there's super fans that are into it. Like, dude, the snake bit them. The serum's in there. They can't take it, but to show the world, dog.
Yeah.
I hate those fans that are sitting in the front and like they stand out, bro. Like they're all brown people and they're like a white dude that should be doing accounting, not watching my comedy show right now. And like he's not laughing at nothing, but he's having a good time. He's just drinking, observing the show. Like he's watching my comedy show like it's a math problem. And then at the end of the show, he's telling me how talented I am, how funny I am. I'm gonna go buy a T-shirt. And I'm like, are you in the same show, stupid? Where were you at? Eh?
But it goes back to that joke you always fuck with people. You know what I mean? Your joke.
Yeah.
They laugh from.
They laugh on the inside. Eh? That's where it
You know
counts.
what I mean? Some fools
Yeah.
aren't all. Some fools inside they're ripping apart, bro.
There's some guy.
Their
Remember that
organs
guy
are
at
feeling good as
the
fuck.
San Antonio or San Jose Improv a couple years ago? He had like swollen ankles. He was like resting on the staircase as you came down. You had a formal meet and greet, but he was waiting for you. He was like, "I'm gonna wait for him. This is my man." But he didn't look like at all like he would be a fan of yours. He was having trouble standing there waiting for you. You came down. He was so happy. He was like, "This is the best show I've ever seen in my life." He was so happy.
I think he cut his legs off already.
Relieve some pressure.
Like Carlos, like last
Swollen
week
legs. It was horrible.
at my show, like when there was a couple there that's been to my show many times, and I always forget they're there, and they're like in their 80s, 70s. They're called Barbie and Ken.
Oh shit!
They're old white couple.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I got him in the video.
I'm gonna send a picture to James right now.
He was there last time.
They're old,
Forgot about
man.
them.
I don't even know why do they go to the show?
Well, you know what's super cool too? Josie
time.
Silva. She's
There
cool.
you go.
She's go.
She paid you for that shout
Shout
out.
out to Josie. She's watching right now.
She's a
she
super
watch?
fan, dude.
I usually don't look at the fans when I'm on stage, but this last show that I had in Mexico City, a friend of mine told me that there were like a lot of people, like sorts of different people in the show. And there was this old lady that he hadn't noticed until she got up to go to the bathroom, and she was like, her legs were trembling because she was really old. And I was like, really? I had that kind of audience at the show. And it was funny because this guy's like my age, and there was this old lady right next to him. And when I was in Bogota, in Colombia, we noticed a thing that was, after the show, we took a lot of photos with, the fans that went there. And they kind of looked like me. They were brown people with long hair, wearing glasses, like, they weren't
found
doing
their tribe,
cosplay or
You
Peter.
anything.
created
Yeah.
them, bro.
Yeah, that was funny, man.
You gave them a channel, a place for their energies. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Pinche teen spirit de Mexico, way.
Yeah.
Do you do meet and greets and take photos with people and all that stuff? Do you meet the audience after the shows over there in Mexico? Is that standard?
Yeah, not. I don't know if it's standard, but I used to do it before the pandemic. Now the shows that we've had, of course, they got like
They're restricted.
limited seating, restricted seating, and we usually try to keep everybody at a distance. But whenever a couple of fans, they just sneak into the whatever part of the theater that's close to the what do you call this,
Dressing room?
the place where you're at before the dressing room.
Green room,
We
dressing
do
room.
take
Do you ever have like
we do take photos.
do you ever get like when you're doing a show somewhere, and then like you finish doing your show and you're trying to walk out of you're trying to go home? Do you ever have like a stalker groupie chick who looks like Winona Ryder, dressed like a little witch waiting?
Like
One of
Lydia
the
Deetz?
fantasies.
it's a little
Dressed
cute
like
little,
Lydia Deetz?
It's little Wendy, little witch.
Blow me and fly away.
I'm always
Yeah,
afraid of
man,
the
that's-
women who are at my shows dressed who look like me. Felipe, let's arm wrestle after this. Oh, they always try to lift me.
There are women who try to live.
Have they lifted you?
There was a woman that was 6'2", beautiful woman, and then she goes, I want to give you a piggyback ride. I said, nah, you can't lift me. Bro, she picked me up fast.
Fuck.
Leverage.
I said,
All
crack
the
my
leverage.
back. She did. On heels.
Just spine just straight snap.
Yeah, but Latino fans though, they expect a photo. They expect a meet and greet. You cannot get out of there without some sort of meet and greet. And we cut down the amount of people because as you do these larger shows, you can't stay and meet with everybody because it's like 1,500 people. And even if 10% stayed back, it'd be a while, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to cap it like 50, 100 people, and it's these people who don't get to take a photo with you, they get pissed. They feel like they own a piece of you.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're
Like you owe it. Like if you don't come out, you forgot where you came from. You
Where's that
forgot how you
NFT at?
started.
Carlos, what has been like in your career, like the one bit that you say, I'm proud of this one, and this is the one that I like. This is the one. Me personally, I wrote a joke about my parents having a television that with a knob from the oven.
Oh yeah. Not
And-
from the oven.
Yeah, because I tell a joke. I said one time I came home, I thought we had cable, but when I got older, it wasn't cable. It was a knob from the oven on a television. My favorite channel was 300 degrees.
classic.
So that's the one, man. That's the one that really like put me up there and gave me confidence that I could write a joke.
Yeah. It's a good well-written one-liner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo-yos have one, right?
Yeah,
It's
that was
like
the one
the-
that I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I could write, eh?
Hey. Eso es escritor.
talent.
I wrote the whole joke without a sentence, so I could write without a period on it.
Yeah.
Do you record yourself when you're on stage to like listen to it
Yes.
afterwards?
My first time, I used to, this before computers, no, before phones with pictures.
Yeah.
I had a tape recorder, Memorex, and I used to buy the 90-minute cassette, and I would record it, all the sets that were like 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then when I did like 45 minutes, I would use the other side.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's
And then,
The other side. Remember the other side?
and then I had a,
digital ones, huh?
and
Right?
then me and these other two comedians, we made a little bit of money, and we saw an older comedian I forgot his name, and he had a Discman, like a Discman, like
Yeah.
a little disc, and he'll record himself with that shit.
MP3.
MP3,
What?
a little one, a little disc.
A mini disc.
Oh, mini disc, yeah.
And I had one, so I would record my set with that and then listen to it. But man, I broke mine right away.
And it was a game changer. Damn, it was a game changer
Sounds
when
about
digital came out, huh? The digital
Yeah.
recorders.
Yeah.
Oh, then the digital, yeah, you're right. Then I had the little digital one, the little tiny disc. Then I record myself
But
in
they also
that.
had like the mini tape.
Yeah.
The small mini tape.
Micro
ones.
cassette.
Micro cassette.
And then
yeah.
the little camera you had that recorded
The
you.
flip.
The
The
flip.
flip.
The flip, yeah.
I used the flip.
Dude,
Forgot
whatever
about that
happened to
little-
flip?
Those
That's a
little
good
technologies were fun. They lasted like 2 years.
I had
and then were gone.
I had the RCA or the Panasonic camcorder, and I remember
The
I,
small one, right?
remember?
That folded into itself. Yeah.
I had that. It had the little
that was
DV
mini cassette.
mini cassette.
Yeah, mini digital cassette.
I
yeah.
remember
For SD
I set it up at the Denver club in Denver, and I did 35 minutes, and I recorded the whole thing, and I made copies on DVDs, and I was selling them motherfuckers for $10.
Dude, that's smart, bro. Shit.
Oh, the hustler, baby.
You've always been a hustler.
Yeah.
You hustled all those CDs of your set with no.
Some-
they were just like it just said Memorex on it.
Somebody
like,
will tell
there
me,
was no
"Give me that
label on it or anything.
People look at me, give me that jacket you're wearing. $100 right now. And I go home cold.
You've sold people a sweaty shirt before. That's gross.
That's what you gotta do.
Ew.
Man. I'm right. I used to
Shit.
sell burn CDs too of my audio,
did all the
like him, without anything, and then I would be like donations, and I ended up making like one night like $120 just from donations. It'd be $1 here.
You just let them pick whatever amount they wanted to give you.
Yeah.
People have tipped him before coming out of a show. You
Yeah.
know, like give you $20 just for the good time
I'll
they
take
had.
it.
Really?
You know Paul Mooney?
Shit.
I think the people who got free tickets.
You
did
know
that.
that comedian Paul Mooney? A friend
Yeah,
of
man.
ours was opening up for him, and he sent him on a mission. He said, "Hey, young man, I want
Hey,
you to go.
young man.
I want you to go down to that Walmart, and I want you to buy me 5 packs of those cheap beefy T-shirts for like the 10 pack for $9.99." And he bought 4 of them. And then at the end of the show, Paul Mooney just wrote Paul Mooney on there, sold them for $20 each.
Yeah, dude.
Custom.
Yeah,
He
is,
made
mer- is,
$200 for $10 he spent.
is merch a
Shit.
thing down there?
It's a
Do you
good
do sheet
investment,
T-shirts and stuff like that, like little things from your
Yeah, we
act?
do.
Do you have
We
any
do. We
merch?
just started this. Yeah. We just started this year. Actually, we didn't used to sell it before, but now we do. It's good business. You know, like people they kind of like. I've
They
noticed
want
that
some
if they
souvenir.
really like the show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like if they really like the show, they go and get it.
You should sell your glasses.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's what I've been told, man. Yeah, they've told me that a lot, that I should sell glasses.
Yeah.
Like the one that we're selling right now, it's like a mask, and I wrote like "Do not eat that anymore," and there's just some stupid ass phrases in them, and people just get them. It's
Dude,
You should
Done.
sell sunglasses.
Cat
that's for
Williams?
sure.
remember like 3 years ago, we were talking about him. He was selling fur coats.
Yeah, they were high end. They were high priced
Oh.
on his website. They were like $895.
Really?
Yeah, but it didn't even say Cat Williams. He's just selling fur coats. But now you're in the fur coat business. I don't want to be in the business of anything we sell. I just want it to be ancillary to what you're doing, just on the side, you know. Be selling fur coats. Now you're a fur coat trader.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
a lot of fucking
Speaking of fur coats,
responsibility.
you guys ever had to chug water from a coffee tank, you know, or you hit a bong rip and the heat was too hot, and you started talking like a gay porn star, you know how you or Stephen Wright, or you had a harsh voice. Smoking cannabis doesn't have to hurt, and that's why we partnered with Freeze Pipe.
Freeze pipe.
Freeze Pipe.
Freeze pipe.
And
Let's
look
do
at people. Do you see this thing right here? It's all water, and you put it in the refrigerator for
freezer.
2 hours, the freezer, and it comes out nice and cold. And watas.
Just that top part?
Just the top part.
Oh shit!
You
don't
fill
have
it
to
up with water, and it fills up the little pyramid right here, and boom, and then you go.
Each one pulls the water into the tube and it freezes it
Yes.
as it goes up.
And it's
Damn.
amazing.
They're a
High
new
tech,
sponsor.
dude.
New sponsor. Go.
It's perfect. I already tried it. Almost broke it. almost didn't have anything to advertise.
We're taking bets on the over/under when Felipe
We're
breaks
taking
this.
bets to see how long this bong lasts me. Also, the Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, bongs, and more of the coldest and smoothest cannabis smoking experience. Each piece uses freezable glycerine chamber that cools smoke by over 300 degrees.
300
Pop one of
degrees.
these glycerine chambers in the freezer for about an hour. Once you freeze, there's no going back to your regular boring ass bong. And we also have a little bubbler, eh? And if you
The
use
travel size.
travel size, you freeze this baby right here
Giants.
with a little water, and you put it in by shala bing, baby.
Looks like a ray gun.
And then right here, man,
It does.
you do like this. Mm.
So Star Wars style, huh?
like Sherlock
And it has a little
Holmes.
bubbler right here.
I think we're gonna witness
baby.
a breakage
Let me
today
solve the case
on
of the
show.
munchies, homie.
Yeah.
Freeze pipe.
That looks badass, dude.
Elementary,
cool.
my dear Watson.
Watson?
Once you freeze, there's no going back to your regular boring ass bomb. And with Black Friday coming up, and that's this Friday.
You have Black Friday over
This-
there, Carlos?
Yeah,
Like
we do.
excitement,
Black Pedro.
shopping before the Christmas season? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
And with Black
Samsung.
Friday sales going on all week, there's never been a better time to try out one of these innovative pieces. Also, Freeze Pipe founder remember pulling their money together as roommates to buy a nice house bong. Remember that one time, bro? Everybody would get together in college to buy a bong, or you make a
College.
bong, or then it breaks. Not to mention the intense coughing fits. Freeze Pipe removes throat burning and coughing exorcisms by combining state-of-the-art percolators with freezable glycerine coils. So
Damn.
if you have a bad cough and people are afraid to smoke with you because of COVID, get this one right here. Start taking colder,
COVID or
bigger
is that
hits
weed cough?
today by going to thefreezepipe.com and take advantage of their biggest sale of the year to celebrate Black Friday. See something you like that's not on sale? Don't worry about it. Use code FOOL, FOOL, for 10% off anything in the store. The biggest sale of the year is happening right now at thefreezepipe.com. For anything not on sale, use code FOOL for 10% off. That's code FOOL, thefreezepipe.com, man. Oh, amazing.
Did has what was I gonna say right now? Fucking hell, I forgot.
A lie.
No, I forgot.
Here we go. What's up, Fool Podcast, people? So, are you excited about going on tour? And when you go on tour, are you doing the jokes you did on the special, or you're working out new bits already, or they're doing jokes
No.
that didn't make the special?
Now we have a new show now. And I'm
awesome.
gonna go to the States actually. Can I say the dates?
Yeah,
that I'm gonna
please.
be there?
We want to hear them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on December 2nd at El Paso and
Oh, shit.
December 3rd in New York City. So you guys should go to carlosvallarta.net and check out dates over there.
Where are you gonna be
Yeah,
in
but it-
December? El Paso.
Yeah.
A comic
Yeah, I'm gonna
strip
be
or
there
where?
on December 2. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the
Comic strip. Okay.
Cool,
Oh,
dude. Dude, that's a cool
Is it-
spot, man.
Don't have
Is
a
it
lot
cool?
of
Is it cool?
expectations, bro.
The owner runs the sound in that club. Just be ready.
That club is run like an
Okay.
official American comedy club. The owner
That's
does
my kind of
everything,
place, man.
and his kids show up. Then they
His
don't
grown
want. They hate
kids,
life,
Yeah. Waiting for him to die to pass on the club to him.
and everybody that you see there only works there because they used to play softball. The owner.
Yeah.
You got a softball
Very
team.
well connected
Yeah.
group of people down there.
After the show, bro, go to a place called what for the Hook Cougars?
Teddy's, that's all the headquarter Cougars right there.
Teddy's, bro.
All right.
They'll have
It'll probably be
Teddy's.
next to your hotel room.
A lot of viejitas there, pero ella sí.
All right.
Picking up the
That's my
local
kind of spot.
comic. huh?
They'll have those shivering legs for you.
That's how you know it's an older place, bro. A lot of the older men there don't sit down, bro, because they can't get back up.
Yeah, tienen miedo.
They just stand by their chairs dancing, bro. They don't sit down.
That's a cool little spot, you know, to like go hang out. Like, I remember like that's one of the first spots I went by myself. I took the bus out there from over here to where it was like $120 round trip. The limousine bus. It was fun, dude.
Damn.
That place Teddy is like the land that time forgot, bro. Everybody there is dressed like they're part of the extras in that movie Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that place.
Yeah, man. With
Hey.
fat, you think like somebody's gonna go just pop up with you and go, "Hey, cabrón, te estaba buscando."
And people are always gonna try to take you to Juarez, like that night. They're like,
Yeah.
"Vamos a Juarez."
Well,
Yeah, I'm actually going to Juarez. Well, no, I did go to Juarez a couple of days ago. It was good.
there's a place in El Paso. It gets a laugh every time you mention it because like their chain of tacos, but they're like totally Texas Mexican
It's
tacos.
Tex-Mex.
Like if
Okay.
you go there with the expectations of Mexican food, you're gonna walk out sadder than the time you walked into Taco Bell.
Chico's Tacos.
It's called Chico's Tacos, bro. And this place got famous because there was two guys making out inside the restaurant after after hours, and the fucking owner of the place called the cops.
Really?
What?
Like it's
Bro,
1960.
You check, go to the Wikipedia, and it tells you right there on.
There's a Wikipedia for Chico's Tacos.
Yes,
Chico's Tacos.
Chicos
Who started
can't do this.
those
Damn.
tacos taste like canned beans. Those burritos taste like canned beans dipped in the most delicious enchilada sauce.
I remember when we did the show like a while back. I remember
The owner's son, huh?
the owner's son. Es como un niño freso, you know, like this rich white like Mexican boy.
Niño
Es un
Fres.
junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to a bar. He was buying me drinks, and I was drunk. Like, this guy owns Chico's Tacos. Like, shut the fuck up.
They hate me here.
Hey,
You're
I
a
want
mean
to
wapo, bro.
present you with something.
Who, me?
Yeah. I got a gift for you. Early Christmas present.
Oh, this is cool.
It's from YouTube.
From YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
For surpassing,
Your-
not a
It's a
laptop.
plaque.
It's just a plaque for surpassing 100,000 followers. See, you always think it's a bigger gift than it actually is.
Wow, that's cool,
Yeah,
dude.
Congratulations,
That's
dude.
cool, babe.
Surpassing
Congratulations, man.
100,000 what?
Subscribers.
Subscribers.
It says it right there.
Hell yeah, dude. You're a YouTuber now.
Made it, bro.
Yeah, man.
You're an
You made it.
influencer, doggy.
That's cool. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
put
que
it
no
somewhere.
se
Don't,
caiga.
don't,
Yeah,
don't,
wait.
please don't.
Eres un influencer.
I made it, dog.
You gotta do TikTok dances.
What did it say? You 100th
Don't
or your
read it
100
right here.
subscriber, chances are, oh yeah, man. we
Don't
did
read it right
man.
now.
Yeah, but if you
That's
guys
awesome,
really
huh?
want to save money, awesome, thank you.
Dude.
I didn't do it.
That's a
YouTube.
Only
milestone right
took
there.
some 2010.
Yeah, dude, that's good.
Oh,
That's
we
a
had
milestone.
you didn't pay attention to your YouTube for years.
No.
Not until the last year. James really started wrangling all that together.
That's a milestone,
So
dude.
shout out to James Hound for
James Hound.
Yeah.
working his digital
What's
magic.
up, fool? Also, man, I did a podcast or interview last week or this week. Yeah, 2 weeks ago for Vice.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's not a
dude.
podcast. That is an actual show.
Oh,
That's their
on YouTube, yeah.
their show that they're going to be producing based I think it's called The Dark Side of Comedy.
And I show a lot of dark
It's a
side
series.
of comedy.
It's a series they're doing. I think an 8 or 10 episode series.
yeah.
Vice. That's cool.
They interviewed what's his name? First manager, Ron de Blasio. He managed
He was there?
I wasn't there, but he managed
Freddie?
Freddie Prinze Jr. And he said this story on the podcast. Also, his manager was there. The manager of Freddie Prinze was there. The publicist did the interview. She didn't give a fuck. She did not give a fuck. And Ron de Blasio, he didn't give a fuck.
What do you mean when they say they don't get a fuck?
And the original booker of Tonight Show, he didn't give a fuck about Johnny. They said everything.
You mean they'll just tell everything? They don't give a fuck about all
they tell it
the
all. Like they ain't
the
holding back.
reverence.
They got
That's
nothing to
cool.
hide no more. Nothing gonna ruin them. Ron de Blasio said that when they booked Freddie Prinze on the show, Johnny Carson said, "Fuck that shit. I ain't putting no fucking Puerto Rican on the show.
Johnny Carson
I ain't
said
putting no
that?
fucking Puerto Rican
man.
on the
Carson
show.
said that?
Fuck that shit." And then the booker, Ron de Blasio, pretty much armed, and the people told him he's gonna be on.
The show was on NBC, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
he's gonna be on.
Yeah,
Johnny.
and he
He's
was
gonna
on
be on
NBC.
Johnny.
Wow.
He's gonna be on Johnny. And then
And he had to deal with
he had
it.
to deal with it. He had to
I
bite
gotta
the
watch
bullet. He
that
had to bite-
episode.
The one I did.
No, I mean, I got to dig up the episode of Johnny Carson where he has him on.
So, anyways, so they fought for him to be on it. And Ron de Blasio, these people I mentioned, he got on the show. He killed so hard. Johnny Carson ate his words, invited him to sit down. 5 minutes later, he had a television show. That's how fast it came.
They made that decision right there. For
Right
Chico
there and
and the
then.
Man.
Right there and then, Chico and the Man.
And also back then, there's like everybody was watching the Tonight Show.
Yeah, there's no other
that was
option.
it.
With like
Three
four
channels.
channels. Yeah.
What down there? Do you have an issue? Do Mexicans have an issue with, like, say, a Mexican? Because this was a big issue that Freddie Prinze was vilified kind of for playing a Mexican on TV, and he was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
I think there was some excitement, I guess, to see a Latino on TV, right? Because that was one of the first, besides
Man,
Desi
super
Arnaz.
excited.
but-
Representation, very important.
representation. But he was Puerto Rican playing a Mexican.
yeah.
Do you guys have issues with that? Like down there, are there people who are too woke, and they
Or do
say,
they get
like,
mad when
they get mad when a Puerto Rican
a Salvadorian plays a Mexican?
or a Filipino plays the Mexican, like La Bamba, like anything like that?
No, I don't think we do.
That's just
I don't
America, huh?
It's just the United States, huh?
Usually, there was this video of a white guy wearing like a sombrero and a poncho and like walking around asking white people and other people like, are you offended? Are you offended by the way what I'm wearing?
But that's a white
They're like,
person.
yes.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he would go to a Mexican side of town and he would ask Mexicans like, "Are you offended?" And he was like, "Nah,
Yeah,
man,
no
you look
shit.
cool."
I think some
Like,
people
I can
get
give you
happy,
some-
like they're representing, right? They're kind of like, if they're not making fun, I think a lot of people get
Yeah.
happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Being
don't think that's a
highlighted.
big issue.
In
but
Mexico, there's more of if you're really dark, you're not on television.
Well, that's true. I think that's true in a lot of
that
countries.
is true.
Novelas.
Yeah, it's
You
it's
look
kind
like
of fucked up.
Charitin.
Colombia, like that happens.
I have a question, man. So the whole interview, like the Johnny Carson interview with Freddie Prinze, is that on YouTube? Can I watch that?
The
I
Tonight
bet
Show
we could
said,
find
yeah.
it. I bet you could find it somewhere.
The Tonight Show said, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Shit.
I think he was only on that first
Yeah.
time, right? Yeah, the show Chico and the Man was only on for like 2 years, right? Almost 3
He
years.
ended up guest hosting the Tonight
Before
Show
he died.
a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
In place of Johnny.
yeah.
Wow, I wonder if he felt guilty after that. Like, this guy put me in my place, sort of. To let him host? That's crazy.
Paul Giga told me too that when he did the Tonight Show, Johnny didn't talk to him and told him, fuck you.
He didn't go on the couch?
No. No, he did go on the couch, but Johnny didn't talk to him.
We got to have
On the
Paul
couch.
on next.
Órale.
How you guys feel about Paul Rodriguez down there?
About Paul Rodriguez
Yeah.
down here?
Do they know him?
I don't really. Yeah, no, I don't. I've kind of like heard about him. Yeah, we talked about him. He's like one of the pioneers of stand up and Latin stand up over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Born in East LA, Cheech Marin?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to watch
It's
that.
a classic movie.
You
yeah.
got to watch that. It's a very American Mexican. I say
It's
American
our version
Mexican.
of La Niña de la Mochila Azul.
You should watch
He's
it.
the
Look
guy
it
that
up
did
somehow.
a show at a jail, right?
He did do it in
Yeah, jail.
where was what prison was
Quentin,
that?
San Quentin.
San Quentin.
Quentin.
Yeah, like Johnny
Yeah.
Cash, right? The same.
He got,
Folsom,
it's
Johnny
funny,
Cash
Folsom,
was-
that
it's
was
funny
Folsom,
you
that's
say
right.
that because he did do the show for San Quentin, and after the show, after it aired and all that, he got a lot of messages from victims' family when they showed the inmates on television.
Like, how can you
He
highlight
goes,
these
how
people?
can you show that guy on television laughing when he killed my daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People are never gonna be happy.
You
bro.
done stuff
Nobody's
like that
gonna be
before,
happy.
right?
Where he kill people?
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah. Oh, you done shit.
An assassin over here.
I mean, like,
Asesino.
Sicario.
Who hasn't killed
Yeah.
somebody?
I haven't,
from
bro.
time to time. Like,
That's a kill.
I did, man. I was doing a show at a jail for women. That's heartbreaking, man.
Wow.
But it's. I remember that I was talking to them about. I was doing a joke about abortion, and some of them got like offended, and I was like, "Come on, man!
You're in here for
I
murder.
just thought about killing somebody. You didn't actually kill him. You fucking." And I remember that's how it goes. Like I've got some other friends who've done gigs at jails, and they try to tell prisoners references from the outside world, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like I haven't driven a car for like 30 years, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Gives
They
me
don't know
life.
shit."
You gotta do jokes about standing in line and people waking you up.
People
That
waking
stabbing
you up.
motherfucker.
Dropping
that's
off
the kind
sand
of
in the
jokes you gotta
yard.
make, man.
Oh man, you gotta love pencils, huh?
Yeah. They're all confused. ¿Qué es pinche crypto, güey? What the
Oh, that's funny. Are you going to do your shows in the United States? Are you going to do those shows in Spanish or English?
Nah, it's Spanish.
You're still
It's
doing
part of the,
Spanish
you know, the
stand-up
tour.
only. Hmm.
You did
Yeah.
your first show in English at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, man, you remember that?
In
that was,
LA?
that was tough,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I did
Yeah, I
one
was
in
there.
LA.
Yeah, we did it.
Were there other people
Yeah.
doing Spanish comedy that night? or
No,
just
it
him?
was. He was only. It was Ruby Tuesdays.
Really?
Yeah.
And he did Spanish
Ruben
that
Barr.
night?
No, he did
With
English.
Ruben?
He did English.
Oh, he did English.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was good. I
You
mean,
killed it, man.
It was nice. It was really interesting. Like,
I mean,
it
your
was the
English
first
is
time.
so perfect. Like, what's the hold up there with the English? Is it the cadence? Is
The
it
timing.
the timing? Like,
Yeah,
is
it's the timing.
the
yeah.
punchline like doesn't come
that's
in? Yeah.
I've seen some comedians like when they do, in Spanish, but they started doing it in English. It's like the timing and the people there have a different sense of timing too. It's not
Yeah.
just the comedian, but the people, and that's kind of tough. But it was cool. It was a nice experience. I hope to do it again.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
they did
man.
that. How long ago was
What's up, fool?
Huh?
How long ago was that?
That was like a month ago. Cause I remember.
Yeah,
You were there in
it
person?
was a month ago.
Yeah, I met him at
Should have hit us
the.
up. We could have come into the studio here.
I think he was. You left the next day early, right?
Well,
Yeah,
and next time
I
you're in
left
LA,
next
hit
day.
up Felipe.
Hit us
so
up, man.
You can let him know you're in town.
I was gonna, man, but I was like, maybe you're out on a show or something. I
He
didn't want to
usually
be
is like
a
Thursday
burden.
through Sunday, but if it's another day, let us know. Just never know.
All right.
He might be.
I
in
will.
Not
town.
Tuesday.
And we own our own. We have our own studio place now, so anytime.
It looks very beautiful. Congratulations,
What's
man.
up, fool? When you go on the road, do you take your opener or you'll use local guys or no opener?
Yeah, sometimes I, bring somebody else along. Sometimes I ask around for comedians from town, and I have them over. When I go to the U.S., I really can't do that because we need a work visa for the opener. But this time it wasn't that.
You have to deal with a lot of visa issues, don't you? From country to country. It's not just coming to the States, but like going to other countries, right? Within
Yeah, it's
South
usually
America,
just,
Central America.
It's usually just the States. Like, it's
Just
not
the
that
States.
hard in Latin America. They just give you like a permit or something that, the person that took you over there signs that
Sign
shit
something.
and like you're all set. Yeah. But over there it's kind of tougher.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like in the beginning of your career, probably not now, but you have an opener and you told that fool to do 10 and he gets too happy and does 20?
Yeah, man. It does happen to this day.
Hey, dude, want to hear a funny story? We had a friend do our show. His name is Daryl Middleton, but they call him D Militant, and he was like a legend on BET Comic View in the early 90s.
Militant, like black.
Militant. Yeah, and he opened up for Cat Williams for many, many years and wrote his bits, and he wrote a unauthorized biography on Cat Williams. Nobody knows about it.
It's only available in the Apple Store, I think.
Only available in the
Yeah.
Apple Store, but dude, it is in detail, everything.
Including the point where he thought Cat was going to kill him.
Yeah, everything, man. It's really, really hilarious, man. And
It's called The Rise and Fall of Cat Williams,
Yeah,
I think.
and
Something
he's
like that, right?
and,
Pimp Down. Pimp Down is what
it's called Pimp Down.
Sorry, I keep touching you.
And we had him on a podcast, and we asked him the same question. We asked him about going over, and he said that he was doing. He did a show with Cat Williams in Chicago, and he had a local female comedian do like 10 minutes, and that bitch went over, bro. Like she did 17, and then she walked up to Cat Williams while he was
said, "How'd I do?"
backstage. He having his drink with his bodyguards. They're smoking blunts. He has a big ass ring, fur coat, everything. He asked her.
selling fur coat.
He asked her. He wearing a big hat. He asked her, "How did I do?" And I swear to
She
God,
asked
bro,
him, "How did I do?"
She asked him, "How did I do, Cat? How'd you do?" And he punched her in the stomach. He goes, "Bitch, you went over."
Around
We
and
still
killed her
don't know the
baby.
name of that person. Two people have talked about that. Melanie
Oh, yeah,
and,
two people have talked about it and told the
and
same
D.
story.
Militant, and we don't know who that
He
person
said
is.
punched her in the fucking stomach,
I
bro.
felt like it was Leslie Jones. He hasn't taken many women out on the road, but that's
And he goes, "What did she do?" He goes, "What did-" She took it like a soldier.
she took it like
She went
a
over there
soldier.
trying to sell her merch.
I'm gonna do another 10 minutes tomorrow.
I know. Like, okay, that's what you got. All right, I'm ready for tomorrow's set.
What's up, fool? December 2nd, El Paso. I want you to be there at the comic strip, Bart Reed's Comedy Club, and show your support and tell Carlos we said, what's up, fool? And I'm taking him to Chico's Tacos.
Teddy.
Yeah, if you want to eat some garbage.
man.
They have a good barbecue place. I don't know how long you're going to be in El Paso, but they have
Yeah.
a good barbecue place. It's called
Rudy's.
Rudy's.
Borders. It's called Border Barbecue.
They just said Rudy's. What's Border?
Well, this is
Alright.
just another place, man. More interesting than Rudy's.
It's in the same shopping center as
Rudy's is everywhere, bro. But this
It's more
place,
interesting than Rudy's.
this place is like in the border of when you go in the parking lot, you're in El Paso, but when you go in the restaurant, it's New Mexico. So
Oh,
it's like,
really?
yeah, man, they have good ass barbecue.
The
You got a
strip
cat
club.
over there?
It's called Capital, or I don't know the name of it, man. Anyways, well, try Rudy's, bro.
Yeah, I'll ask around. I'll ask around.
And the
man.
strip club across
Yeah, I
the
had-
street.
Oh yeah, bro, there's a lot of strip clubs out there,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
The same people that work at UPS work there, bro.
Yeah.
They sell burritos in those strip clubs, dude.
They sell burritos, bro, and canicas,
That's
Canicas.
marbles.
Yeah.
Marbles. Got a bag of
Marble.
marbles for some reason.
I like playing marbles.
So
they once took me to a strip club. Like I was in Monterrey, and this one person took me over there. It was like 2 p.m. And
2
there
a
were,
good time.
yeah, there were people eating in
Yeah,
there.
that's when the
Chicken
buffet's
wings.
fresh, bro.
That's
Yeah.
chicken wings.
I don't want to eat here. This dirty ass place, man. Just
It's always
fucking
weird
2
with,
p.m.
so you were there at 2, so I mean the lady that was changing the food was naked too, and she was not a stripper. Horrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
She
man.
wear gloves.
La
That's all that
pancita.
matters.
It's awful.
What's up, fool? Carlos Vallarta. Where can people find you on Instagram?
Arroba Vallarta Vale Verga. That's how you guys can find me over there.
And you have a Twitter?
And Facebook. No, I don't, man.
Oh.
I quit that shit.
That's good.
like, in
Latinos aren't on
2019,
Twitter.
man.
It really does. Twitter really doesn't matter in the Latino world.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
man.
if you put like a show there, nobody goes.
There's a couple
It
people
doesn't
who
fucking
pay
work.
attention to Twitter, but
People
really,
in wheelchairs who play video games all day
People want to look at
That's a
free
couple.
porno.
and
you
pee
know,
on
Twitter.
themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, it's like politicians and corporate level comedians and corporate
And crypto
entities.
Free,
world
and free
people.
porno too.
They're all on Twitter. Yeah, you get free porno. That's so strange.
It's weird how they allow
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so widespread over there on Twitter. It's such a strange world.
What's up, fool? Podcast.
It is the smallest Latino market for any social media is Twitter.
Carlos Vallarta, man, thank you very much for being a guest on the podcast, fool.
Carlos.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You're a
man. Thank
busy
you guys. Thanks a
man.
lot. It's an honor, man.
Muchas
Thank
gracias,
you very much.
man.
Let us know when you're
Gracias.
in LA again, dude.
Yeah, let us know. Don't.
Yeah, man. I will. I will.
Let us know, man, for sure, man. I'll bring a big ass blunt.
He doesn't do that.
I'll also bring it.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, you got to collaborate with some glasses person. Seriously, you got to market that.
And sell them for
Sí,
$20
lo-
in the States.
$30.
Sí lo voy a hacer a la verga. Sí lo voy a hacer.
Yeah,
Venderlos
man.
bien caros allá.
There you
Que
go.
diga Vallarta aquí en lado, like Balenciaga or something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
In old
yeah.
English letters.
Yeah.
Valen verga tus corazones, güey.
What's up, fool?
All right.
All right, thank you, man.
bro.
Muchas
See you
gracias.
next time.
Gracias a
Bye,
ustedes,
Carlos.
amigos.
That was awesome.